Welcome back to the Weekend Warrior Show Recap Pod. I'm Ty from the Unemployed Architects. This last weekend, I had 3 shows. So, the first one was Thursday night at Clark Bar in Champaign. Friday night, I played at Crusens on War in Peoria. And Saturday, I played right here in Bloomington at a bar called Crafted. So, getting into that, Clark Bar was outside, and it was a nice night, but not a lot of people showed up. So it was a little, and I'd mentioned this in the last one, I think, but my Saturday show actually was double booked, so I wasn't sure. When I recorded the podcast last time, I thought that I wasn't going to have it, but they actually hit me back up and eventually decided to reschedule the other band, which was kind of a pleasant surprise. I wasn't really expecting that, but also made me a little nervous. But anyway, so, I was still in the mode of thinking that I was only going to have the 2 shows. So I was a little bit down going into the Thursday night show, and didn't really hit, I don't know, it was definitely nothing special. There was a guy there that played guitar and asked if he could play some songs with me. And I was like, yeah, I guess that's fine. And so he went home and got his rig, which was, essentially just a guitar and an amp. Seemed like more of a classic rock guy. And he brought a couple people out. So, I was kind of milking that, letting him play a few songs here and there. And he was good. I mean, he just didn't know the songs. So a lot of it, I tried to play really easy kind of stuff so he could follow, and he was good enough to kind of, make do with what I was giving him. And so that, it just was what it was. It wasn't necessarily ideal. I mean, obviously I would have preferred just a packed beer garden and people excited to hear, anything I was doing. And I got it in my head too that I wanted to play like a certain songs that I really didn't get to play because I was trying to cater to the guy that brought his guitar. So I didn't really, I just felt like it wasn't quite what I was hoping for ultimately. But if it would have been like really busy and that guy was there and it was going well, would have been a different story. But even last like 40 minutes, there was literally nobody in the beer garden. So it's just me kind of playing around with that guy. And, we jammed. It was kind of fun. It was just something different, something to do. But I wouldn't say it was ideal. And then Friday, Crusens in Peoria. Supposed to play the show with Doug, but I was already at the bar. And when I found out that Doug's car wouldn't start, so I ended up just playing it solo. And I had been noticing a lot between these 2 shows that, really the Thursday night show, I noticed that I was having really bad tinnitus. And I almost felt like sick after the show. Like I felt like maybe it was just that guy's electric guitar amp along with all my gear. But I'd been kind of noticing this on and off for the last few shows. Just like at the end of the show, I was just like, ugh. Like I felt almost nauseous from just being blasted with loud music. And then my ears were ringing. And I don't know, it made me less excited about playing on Friday at Crusens. But I used earplugs that night. I tried that out. And, it definitely helped a little bit. It was just harder to sing. I just didn't feel like I was confident and just didn't, I don't know. I don't know if any of you guys listening have ever tried singing with earbuds or ear plugs. It's a weird sensation. And and at that point I did find out that the Saturday show was on, so I knew it was going to be the next night, and I knew that, I don't know, I just felt weird because I was worried nobody was going to show up, kind of, because the Thursday show wasn't real busy. The Friday show, there was like a couple groups of tables, which it was really loud, and I don't know, I just didn't quite get in my groove. It was okay, but then the Saturday show came, and they booked me because they thought they had a better draw, which I don't know if I really agree with. I think they should, with double booking, it should always be the person who booked it first. I think, personally. It doesn't really matter I mean, if you're gonna book somebody, shouldn't you, and then you accidentally book somebody else, it should be, the person that, shouldn't be the person that's just gonna bring the most people in, I don't think. I think that it's, you messed up on the second one. That's the one you should reschedule. But I don't feel like that gets done very often. And that's just a personal thing. I think that's how it should go. But so that, and in this case, I do think I was maybe both, right? Because I mean, I had this show booked like before August. Like I think I sent the invoice out for it a month after I'd booked it, and it was like August 23rd. So I mean, I was like 2 months in advance, I think. So I'm guessing they just kind of forgot, honestly. I mean, it seems like there's multiple people booking there as well, which is always a kind of a recipe for disaster. But anyway, I think they got it all sussed out with the other band, and I think they're more on top of it and whatnot now. But because they had, said that they were gonna go with me, I was, because they thought I had a better draw. I was like, uh-oh, what if nobody shows up? Ticket sales have not been great, or bar turnouts have not been great for me in the last few weeks. So I was, a little weary. And then, of course, at 7 o'clock there, when I was supposed to start, there's nobody there. And part of me thought too that it might be because, I made an event for this show at the beginning of September. It was at the end of September, and I had to, when they told me that they had double booked it, they thought they were going to reschedule me. I canceled all the promo for it, so I thought that probably didn't help anything. And it was kind of a cool night. I thought at round 7 felt pretty good, but I knew it was going to get kind of chilly. And then a buddy of mine showed up, Kendrick, and it was really literally just me and him for a little bit. And he's a guitar player too, so he kind of was messing around with my guitar on the stage and whatnot. And then slowly people started to filter in. And this night, since kind of getting back to what I was saying about my tinnitus and my ringing ears and the feeling of like nauseousness I was getting kind of after a 3-hour set of being blasted with loud music, I brought my in-ears, and I don't know, it just made such a world of difference. Like, I think they say that one of the worst noises for your ears is like just a constant, like a nailing, like in a hammer and nail, like consistently for a long period of time. And essentially my tap shoe with my foot tambourines, I'm stomping on wood with that, and I think that just kind of wears down my ears quite a bit. So I don't know, and I just, since I was sitting and playing, which I hadn't been doing last time I used the in-ears, I just felt really relaxed, and it was like really easy to sing. And I just kind of, I don't know, I go through phases, I guess, but it felt like really, really solid performance-wise. Like, it was so easy to sing in key and stuff. And then my ears weren't murdered at the end of the night, and it did end up and get pretty busy. So, I mean, all in all, it was just a fantastic show, and I needed that one. I kind of, I feel like anybody who performs should be able to relate, but you're only as good as your last performance, and you might be able to get away with one or two that you can just kind of say, oh, that was a fluke, but it had been maybe 3 or 4 in a row of kind of iffy performances, iffy turnouts, and I don't know, I was getting pretty down, so I really, really needed that last show to go the way it did, essentially. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a good show. I felt very energized, rejuvenated after, so that was good. And then, so this coming week I have 3 shows again. Friday I'm at, or today, I guess today is Friday. I'm in Peoria again. I I did a little promo for this show. I went on the radio on Tuesday, kind of a last minute thing. Uh, I think his name's Colin. He's a DJ over for 1470 WMBD, I believe, and he sent me a message on Facebook asking if I'd be interested in maybe coming and playing on sometime. And I don't really have a Peoria show for a while, so I was like, well, what about this week? And which he hit me up on Monday. Craig Collins was the guy's name, and so he was like, yeah. So I just went and did it. It's kind of like an adventure, but it's very short. I thought it'd be a little bit more long form, but it was like in and out. I got there, which I didn't have the easiest time finding the place, and then I got up there, kind of talked. I talked with the Craig probably longer before and in the middle than I did on the actual show. But I performed When You Were Gone as the first song, and then we talked a little bit, maybe like 3 minutes, tried to promote the show on Friday, and then played like half of another song, which I kind of edited in real time to shorten it, but still didn't get quite all the way through it. It was only like a minute. And it's just kind of a interesting experience, just different. I just brought an acoustic guitar, so it was very like natural sounding. And oh, my alarm's going off for some reason. Give me just a second. And it's just an acoustic and one mic, so it was very raw. It was like the rawest. There was no no reverb, no delay, no auto-tune. Just kind of was what it was, and I kind of surprised myself, because usually I'm a little self-conscious when I play like that. Of course, I picked some kind of more stuff that I usually play at the beginning of my sets to kind of warm up, and I warmed up in the car a little bit on the way over there, but it just felt pretty solid for just kind of getting in there and doing it. And then the results from listening afterwards, I was like, yeah, it sounds pretty good. Makes me want to try doing some recording where I use it. It's almost like the dryness of the vocals is its own effect sometimes. And I thought that, I was just thinking like that would be a cool, for just like a song or two, to do a couple like that. But yeah, it went really well. There was a lot more things I wanted to say, but I didn't think that it would be over so quickly. But it's nice of them to let me come on, and hopefully some people heard it and maybe will show up at the show tonight, which is MD Sports Bar and Grill in Peoria. We're doing it as a 3-piece. It'll be me, Dave, and Lo. And then tomorrow I got the Kankakee Farmers Market, which a little bit dreaded. I mean, not in the fact that it usually is a pretty fun show, but it's like it's in Kankakee, so I need to be there at 8:30, hour and a half drive. So I'm gonna leave at like 7. Means I'm gonna have to get up at like 6:30. So, and I'm probably gonna stay up too late tonight. So yeah, that'll be interesting. Usually is. And then I got a private party I'm doing tomorrow night down in Decatur, so it'll be a lot of driving, but I'm after the show on Saturday. I'm kind of looking forward to everything. Using my in-ears again, I think that might clean everything up just a touch for the comfort level. I just hope people show up. I know the party pardon me. The party on Saturday obviously will have people there, else they wouldn't ask me to play and pay me to play. And the Kankakee Farmers Market is usually pretty busy. It's a good day for tips, so that'll be what I'm talking about next week. I was going to say one more thing. The project Ryan Wolf, Lowe, and I had done Maybe Another Time is out now on Spotify and Apple Music and YouTube. I know it's on Apple Music and YouTube. I don't know if it's on Spotify quite yet. But so be on the lookout for that. We're going to be posting some videos soon. Go to the Maybe Another Time YouTube page and follow us. We got, I already have one video for the song Alien up there. And, we did it all on the iPad. So pretty excited with how it turned out. Something different, something just completely different feel than what I normally do. And it was a lot of fun to make happen. And we should have the Dandelion Hillside video out here in the next couple days as well. So we'll probably be posting that all over the place. But so be on the lookout. Anyway, so that's all I got this week. Should have a lot to talk about next week with these coming shows. And I guess I'll just take it from there. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you next time.